Hello, my name is Austin Collins, and this is for assignment 4.4. It is supposed to be for a mock interview. However, I could not get VMock to work, so I just spent about 8 hours trying to get VMock to work properly and still just was not successful whatsoever. So I am trying this a different way, so I'm just gonna record and then also use Canva. So this is gonna be for the same company that I did my cover letter for. It's Radial, and the position is for a communication specialist and change management role. It's highly marketing related, so it's kind of like three roles in one. So I would be doing marketing, communications, and change management as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Question 1: Why do you want this job? I want this job because it allows me to combine my background in digital marketing with communication strategy. In my degree program, I learned how to craft messages that resonate with different audiences, rather through campaigns, branding, or storytelling. Radial's mission to guide organizations through transformation aligns perfectly with my skills in creating clear, engaging messages that motivate action and reduce confusion. Question 2: Describe your most rewarding college or work experience. One of my most rewarding experiences was creating a comprehensive marketing campaign during my digital marketing program at Full Sail University. I had to analyze a brand, research its audience, and develop messaging strategies across different platforms. What made it rewarding was seeing how every piece of the campaign tied together to communicate one strong, consistent message. A skill I know directly translates into change management communications. Question 3: Explain a work situation where you were under a lot of pressure and how you handled it. In a fast paced marketing environment, I once had to redesign content for a campaign the night before launch because the client shifted their priorities. I focused on staying calm, clarifying their new objectives, and quickly adapting the messaging to still meet the deadlines. The experience taught me the importance of flexibility and delivering clear communication even under pressure, which I know is critical in managing organizational change. Question 4: What are your greatest strengths? My greatest strengths are strategic thinking, adaptability, and communication. I know how to translate complex information into simple, audience focused messages, rather through digital campaigns, presentations, or internal updates. I'm also skilled at aligning content with larger goals, which helps ensure that every communication is not just clear, but purposeful. Question 5: Why should we hire you? You should hire me because I bring a strong marketing foundation that complements communication strategy. I understand how to engage audiences, measure the effectiveness of messaging, and adapt strategies to maximize impact. Pairing that with my education and real world experience, I'm confident I can create communications that keep employees engaged, informed, and aligned during times of change. Last but not least, I do have some follow-up questions, and if this were a real interview, I would definitely be saying these follow-up questions because they are really important. Oftentimes during interviews, the follow-up questions are where I actually get the job. And honestly, I have never seen the click before asking follow-up questions because I can always tell when me and the interviewer connected and if they're going to give me the job or not. So, and I'll try to keep the conversation going as much as possible within these follow-up questions until I get that click. Unless the whole interview was off and the energy was weird, I would just cut it off, like maybe this isn't for me, blah blah blah. But usually, if it's something that I actually want, I'll keep the conversation going until I see the click in the other person's eyes, or that body language that's like, oh, okay, he knows what he's talking about. So some of the questions, I did pick out 3. And so the first one is: how does Radial currently evaluate the success of its communication strategies during change initiatives? And the reasons why I would ask this is I ask this because I want to understand how the team works, how the team measures impact beyond sending out information. For me, success in communication is about engagement and adoption, not just delivery. Asking this helps me learn about their current systems and shows that I'm already thinking about how I could align my work with measurable outcomes. And the second question I would ask would be, what are the biggest communication challenges Radial has faced during past transformations? The reasoning behind this is I like to ask this because challenges reveal a lot about the culture of the company and the kind of support they value within this role. And by hearing how past hurdles were kind of handled, it gives me an opportunity to share how I've approached similar issues in my own experiences, which often sparks a deeper back and forth conversation. And a lot of times when I ask questions that are similar to this is where I actually get that click. So, number 3 is, how does the communication specialist role collaborate with leadership beyond messaging strategies? So, and I really like this question because I would ask this because I found that collaboration within leadership is often where communication has the most impact. Understanding that dynamic tells me how much input this role has in decision making and how closely it ties into company strategy. It also opens the door for me to ask or talk about my own experiences working with supervisors and cross-functional teams to align messaging. So, and I'm a very cross-functional person. I love doing multiple different things. So this role would be perfect for me just for that fact, just because there are so many different kinds of responsibilities. It's not just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. There's actual different things that I would be doing. So it's not about muscle memory type thing. I would actually be doing something different. So I think that wraps everything up with what I had to say. Thank you so much for listening. I know this was kind of longer, and have a good night. So thank you.